What's up guys, my name is Costas and today we're installing this BMW M4 front splitter. It's manufactured from 2.5mm thick carbon fiber. It's actually solid carbon all the way throughout, and it mounts directly onto the car just using original screws. So it's a really nice, easy installation. Anybody can do it. You can do it on your garage floor if you really want to, or you can take it to a shop to do, but it's a great installation. So we're gonna get to work. Alright guys, so the first step in installing the splitter is grabbing some isopropyl alcohol. I usually use 70% and a clean rag. You're going to want to apply it onto the clean rag and wipe down the underside of the original bumper. Make sure the car is up high enough that you can do this. If not, you can do it on the ground, it's cool. But you're going to wipe down this entire portion right here, essentially from this edge, this inner edge, to this inner edge on the other side. And the reason why we're doing that is we're going to apply some real thick rubber between the splitter and the bumper, and that's going to create a spacing for the splitter to sit level. Alright, so once you got the bottom side of the bumper wiped down with isopropyl alcohol, make sure there's no dirt. You can grab some painter's tape, just grab some blue masking tape, and you're going to place it about in the middle of this, between these two screws here. We're just trying to find the middle of the car right now. So I'm going to place it right there. And then you're going to get a ruler and measure the distance between these two bolts. So we're going to measure that right now, and it looks like it's about 7 7/8. That looks about right. So you'll want to mark the center of 7 7/8, which is going to be what, 3 1/2, 3 1/2 to 4 4. It's going to be 3 15/16. It's going to be the exact center right there. That's directly in the middle of these two screws. Alright, so the next step is grabbing the rubber that comes with the kit. Now, it comes as a 48-inch strip. Here, I'm cutting it down by 5 inches on each side using a diagonal cutters. It's likely that in the kit, it's already going to be cut down, but if it's not, then just cut down each side by 5 inches. So the total goes from 48 inches down to 38. That's all we really need. Now, you want to find the center of this strip. You can see here it's about 38, so kind of get it right in the middle. The middle of 38 is going to be 17, and you're going to make your mark using a Sharpie. Oops, wrong side, let me flip it over. You're going to make your mark using the Sharpie right there on the 17, indicating that it's the center of this strip. So later, you're going to peel off this white tape, and you're going to align that black mark with the black mark you made on the blue tape on the bumper. Alright, this actually is just used to space the splitter downward and keep it level. Alright, so we're back under the car. We have our rubber. We're going to peel off this tape on the back side of it. Be sure not to actually peel off the stickiness that's actually on the rubber. I did that to begin with, and I had to be a little bit more careful. But you're going to peel off that white backing. Sorry for all the noise. Busy shop. Kind of just throw it to the side, and then align that mark you made with the mark you made on the car. Now you're going to want to install it on this flat portion, kind of toward the front of the bumper, and just mount it up and follow the curve of the bumper all the way around. So once you have your rubber installed, the 38-inch strip, come back and remove the blue tape. You don't need that anymore on the car. And grab a 10mm socket and wrench. You can also use a drill. I use it on the lowest setting. And you're going to remove the 10mm screws along the front of this bumper. Those screws use a 10mm socket, so we'll go ahead and do so right now. We've got our 10 screws removed from under the bumper, and we're going to reinstall them with our splitter. It's just in all the original spots. Now I'm going to put a little bit of blue Loctite on the tip of the screw. These are just tapping right into the existing spots, but they're screws, not bolts, so I don't want them to come undone. So I'm just going to put a little bit of blue Loctite right on the end, just to make sure it's not going to come undone once it's threaded in. I'm going to hand this on over to my dad here, and he's going to hold it, and I'm going to grab the splitter so we can install it. So we're going to take this screw and thread it in just kind of halfway into any of the holes. To be honest, it doesn't really matter. You're going to thread them all in just loosely for now. So I went into that one hole. I'm going to make sure it's a little loose, and then move on to the rest, just putting blue Loctite on each one. So I'll get to work. Make sure they're all loose, and then so once you got all those in there, you can kind of adjust the splitter a little bit forward to back as necessary. They're on slots, and then just go around tightening each screw, and then before driving, just let it settle for maybe 10 minutes. Let that blue Loctite sit for a bit. It's best to let it sit for a couple hours, but once it's on, and you're done. If you do have edge trim, you can apply it on the front edge here. It sits on top and hangs over the front. You will need isopropyl alcohol to clean the edge first. It just applies the 3M tape, and if you do have some curves on your splitter, just make sure to use a heat gun just to create a little bit of flexibility on that edge trim. And you're good to go.